welcome to week 5. How are you? Glad you're here. Glad you're still going, still growing. Keep showing up for these kinds of things. It's great. It's great. I know we're moving forward. I know you're moving forward. I've been speaking with you all about the growth that you've been experiencing and undertaking, and I know it doesn't always feel like growth. Sometimes it feels challenging, but that's where the growth begins, right? It's a little bit messy and it's a little bit hard and it can be a little bit challenging, but when you make your way through those challenges, that's where the fun is too, right? That's where we expand ourselves and grow into who we are. Growing pains, right? They're real. That's a real thing, and they show up in different ways in our bodies and in our minds. And just giving yourself that patience to work through those things and those times in your life goes a long way. And that's kind of what this week's theme is about practicing a little bit more self-compassion. Letting go of this idea of perfectionism. Perfectionism is a myth in a lot of ways. I know it's something that we always strive for and strive to be and want to be, but a quote that I read this week, putting some stuff together for y'all, was perfectionism is boring, right? Getting better is where the fun is. And yeah, I mean, it's challenging and it's hard, but it's worth it, and you're worth it. So let's keep going. And a way to sort of balance that perfectionism idea, and we'll talk about that in a minute, is just sort of to introduce a little bit more self-compassion for where you are and who you are and how you're doing what you're doing. Forgiving yourself a little bit along the way for it not being perfect. You know what I mean? It is messy, and it takes time and it takes practice. So this commitment that you're making to yourself, showing up for yourself, is clutch, and it's key, and it goes a long way. So thanks for doing that. I'm proud of you for doing that. It keeps me showing up too. Like I said, I'm kind of creating this along with you guys, and so I'm learning as I'm going too, and I know it's not perfect, but I'm learning every week myself, and being able to talk with you all about where you're at and how I can be of better service to you guys too, is making this course, I think, a little bit better as it grows too, and it evolves. So let's just take a moment to just kind of settle down, settle in here. Just coming back into our bodies for a moment. Feeling your feet on the floor. And just taking 3 big breaths together. Taking a big breath in through your nose and down into your belly. Exhaling with a sigh, just letting it out. All the way to the end. Take another big breath in. Really bring your awareness down into your gut, down into your core. Holding at the top of the inhale for just a moment, and then exhaling, just emptying yourself out. And at the bottom of your exhale, just hold yourself in that moment of stillness and peace before you take another big breath in. And then holding that inhale at the top, exhaling, releasing with a sigh. And just letting that natural rhythm of your breath begin to breathe you in your body. Just letting your breath flow. And letting your awareness rest upon it. Bringing in a little bit of expansion, a little bit of openness, a little bit of softness. Letting go of any tightness or any tension or any expectations that we are having there. Just bringing some compassion into your body. Compassion for yourself. For making it this far. For wanting to do more by maybe doing less. And just compassion for yourself for not having it all figured out yet. Everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. And when you start to get a little anxious, or you start to think you're a little bit less than or not ready for whatever it is, take a breath there. Even beyond this moment of meditation, if you find yourself criticizing or critiquing or holding yourself back from finding a reason to be a little less than, take a breath. You're just trying stuff. Right? And that's cool. Hopefully maybe that takes a little bit of pressure off what you're doing. Letting go of the outcome a little bit. Just giving yourself permission to do just that, just to try stuff. And take note of how that feels when you do. And just bring your palms together in front of your heart for a moment. Taking a big breath in and just exhaling with a sigh. Just letting it out. Just blinking your eyes open. Meeting me back here. Hello. Just some notes that I took preparing this little video for you guys. Here's a quote from Kristen Neff. Unlike self-criticism, which asks if you're good enough, self-compassion asks what's good for you. Just as I mentioned, that little coming back into your breath is good for you. Practicing gratitude is good for you. Finding some love and leaning into some love for yourself is good for you. Leaning into the love you might have for others is good for you. I mentioned something in the meditation about just trying stuff. It's kind of a way to shift your perspective on perfectionism. I think perfectionism is a precursor to procrastination. I think we'll wait to try things until we're ready, or the circumstances are exactly right. And in doing so, we kind of procrastinate what we find when we go through the process. When you let yourself not be perfect, you make mistakes, sure. But you give yourself an opportunity to grow and figure out what doesn't work and what didn't work, rather than keeping them over there. You get to experience the fun that it is to kind of grow and to learn and to find out who you are. know what I'm saying? So give yourself that permission to just try stuff. And if you have that sort of way of thinking about it, again, it doesn't, hopefully, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of yourself if it's not perfect. Another way of looking at it, another person that I was researching this week and just looking up ideas about perfectionism and about practicing self-compassion is just having the mantra and that reminder of yours when you do something. I did that. You know, you got up this morning and you meditated and you did that. And it gives you a sense of accomplishment. It's like kind of like going through that to-do list and crossing something off. It gives you an opportunity to maybe do it better the next time. You're gonna write that email to someone, work related or whatever. But you put it off, and you know you'll get to it and get to it. But when you do it, you get to say, "I did that," and you know probably it didn't take as long as you thought, and it wasn't as difficult as you thought. And it just brings you, it catapults you forward into, you know, what is next. Another thing that about perfectionism that I wanted to share, which I thought was interesting, a way of looking at it, is perfectionism. The idea of perfectionism hides what is there, and it reveals what is missing. Right, and so it's kind of the opposite of this work. We want to begin to focus on the things that we do love in our life, where we do feel strong, and practicing some gratitude for the things in our life that we love, and so we can begin to approach our life from this place of abundance versus this place of scarcity or lack. And again, it's an opportunity to just kind of shift your perspective a little bit. You know, it's, for me, I definitely lived under this cloud of waiting till it's right, waiting till it's perfect, waiting till the right time. I've been really fortunate in this past year I didn't have that excuse as much, and I began to not listen to that excuse as much, and I just started doing stuff. And I can't tell you how much that propels you forward when you let yourself make mistakes. It doesn't compare to how making mistakes along the way doesn't compare to how scary it will be when you don't try it. Right? You build it up in your head a lot. It paralyzes you. You don't even try it. And it could go right. So, don't forget that either. Yeah. Focusing on those areas in your life that, you know, that make you stronger, and the things that you love. Just bring those to the surface a little bit more. And pushing through that wall of waiting for the right time. And just trying it. And if it doesn't work, you'll know it doesn't work. But again, the feeling of trying it and learning as you go is so much more rewarding than wondering what if, or if I should. Those things, I mean, those unseen things are those weights that we carry around with us. And they keep us stuck, and they keep us stagnant. So push on through. Just try. I really encourage you to just keep trying this week, okay? You've come so far already. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really proud of the work that we're doing together. It's awesome, and it's helping me grow. And I dare say that the same would be true for you and the people that you surround yourself with, in this time. You being you helps others be themselves. It is a practice. It's not perfect. Yeah, cool. Enjoy this week. Um, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm not going to be meeting with you guys face to face this week, but I'll be thinking of you, and I'll be working on stuff to make our time together better and bringing some more activities to the surface and to for you to dive into. I'm glad you've been enjoying the movements and the books. More to come. All right, y'all. Have a great week.